Greetings, happy Monday. All right, so welcome back, everyone. I hope your weekend has been amazing. I hope you all got some good rest and you're really just ready for a great week ahead. So I just actually got done doing the family ring. So if you have not checked that out and you happen to be a parent or a guardian or, um, you know, anywhere in between, child, an uncle, whatever, and you feel like you're being drawn to go listen to that message, definitely go do that. It was a really, really good reading for this week. And it's shown up in this reading as well. So for those reasons, make sure you go check it out, because if you have a family, regardless, it doesn't even have to be like a regular parent child kind of family. We can be talking about aunts and uncles and cousins and just how you're interacting with your family in general. So definitely go check it out, see what kind of energies are about, and let me know what you all think. You can drop me a comment or send me an email. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get into this reading for this week. Again, this is a general reading for 18 and up. And I pulled playing cards first so that I could just get a general look at the energy that we're going to be looking at this week, some of the things that we can expect. And then I pulled one of my favorite tarot cards, or pulled some of my favorite tarot cards. And they're basically just showing us what it is that we are going to be looking, or what we're going to be experiencing on more in-depth kind of way. So we're starting off with the 9 of diamonds. Then we have a 5 of spade and 5 of clubs and a 10 of spade. So that 9 of diamonds, I immediately felt that this was going to be about being in a space of releasing the things that you hold most important to you. And it feels like there's strategy in this, coming from the universe, in that it's saying, be willing to let go of everything to gain everything you've ever wanted. Right now, we have a lot of things that we can find ourselves attached to, ways that we want things to turn out, ways we want people to be, ways we want relationships to be, things we want to accomplish. We have a hard time letting go of different pains and traumas and anger and, all of these different things. And they all create attachments. And again, they don't have to be, or not again, but they don't have to be negative. They do, however, can cause us to be out of balance, even if they are things that are more enjoyable, right? Like maybe, you're eating too many, maybe eating too much Chipotle, right? And you're blowing through your budget every week trying to, go and get Chipotle. So, in whatever ways it is that you are, holding, right, the things that are important. And sometimes this is the hardest thing to do, right, because they are important to us and we want to hold on to them. But this week we're being guided to be willing to let go of everything. Be willing to let go of everything, even in the face of all of the fear. And the fear this week is something that's going to be required, that we move above, that we move not even move through, but that we transmute, or we just simply let go of it, right? Because all of a sudden, click, it makes sense that the fear doesn't make sense anymore, and we're just able to move into a space where we're not held up by it. So there are going to be a lot of things being revealed this week as well. So make sure that you all are that you're grounding your energies, making sure that you're doing your spiritual practices, if you're more religious than spiritual, make sure that you're doing your religious practices, whatever it is that you do, right? Maybe you don't do any of that. Maybe you dance, maybe you sing, maybe you write, maybe you cook, maybe you play sports, whatever it is. But whatever it is that you do that causes you to feel grounded and clear-minded, right? Kind of tapped into you, get there this week, right? And not like in a hurry, run, oh my God, it's coming kind of thing, but make sure that that's where you are, so that as you're seeing what is being revealed to you, you can see it clearly. Because sometimes we can be shown something and we look at it in a negative aspect, and we miss so many opportunities and so many blessings. Sometimes we are presented with something that feels like it's a negative thing, and our reaction shuts down some of those spaces that would have opened up to us for something more magical to come about, right? So allow yourself to simply be open and not holding this week. Don't hold on to values. Don't be in a space where you just trying to chase the money, because the trick is this week that there is a hidden energy of abundance, but that abundance comes in your willingness to let go. In you being willing to let go of something that you value so much, it will come back to you tenfold, right? And again, that's some of the magical power that's coming up this week. We have a a five of clubs, which talks about the change of mind, change conversation. And so expect there to be things around the mind and communication this week that create changes, that create shifts, especially the conversations that you're having within yourself. And just really quick, as we're looking at these playing cards, at the same time, I'm looking at the tarot cards, and the tarot cards match that same kind of energy. So we're gonna go over those, but I just kind of want to point out that they're lining up in terms of the energies that are coming forward. And so allow and even expect some magical conversation this week. There are going to be some conversations that you have that you are not even aware of how they could turn out as great or as magical, or they could take the turn or open up the opportunity or the doors that they do. And next thing you know, you find yourself in this space that you're like, well, how did we even get there? We turned this corner, and how are we here, right? So allowing yourself not to get caught up in the fear, right? Because the energy that's going through this week is around change, and change can naturally bring up fear. It can naturally bring up things that cause us to want to kind of close up and lock ourselves down, because it causes us to feel more protected, more supported, and safe, right? And that's normal. You're supposed to have those natural things that come up, right? But again, this change is not negative. It it will give the or it will you may find yourself having more undesired experiences if you're holding on, if you are unwilling to simply be open, if you're unwilling to simply see, right? Just see. For instance, this dreamer queen, I cannot talk right now. The dreamer queen, gift of reason. She's sitting on everything that she knows. And yet at the same time, she's not using any of that to see what it is that she sees. It doesn't mean that she lacks the knowledge, that is not there. But this week, there may be something more, something that you don't already know, something that you have not acquired yet. And so allow yourself to be open, no matter the dress that it comes in, no matter the way that it shows up. Allow yourself to still receive the blessings and the gifts that you were meant to receive. And sometimes the way that it shows up is your particular challenge, because maybe you're being called to control yourself, to discipline yourself. Maybe you're being called to toughen up your skin. Maybe you're being called to do or be in a different way, however that is, so that you can move through this space in a different way. Sometimes it's not about it having to come to you in a way that looks and feels fluffy and amazing, right? Because sometimes we have to grow beyond ourselves. And I really feel like that's what this card, when we look at that five of clubs and we look at this dreamer queen, it really is about growing beyond yourself, growing beyond where you think you are, growing beyond where your knowledge and your books and your degrees and your things will tell you that you are, so that you can gain something even greater, right? And you have to be willing to let go. You have to be willing to be in a non-egotistical space, so that you can be open to the wonder, so that you can really fully step into that new baby student kind of vibe, while at the same time understanding that the only reason you can be the student and the baby and all of that energy is because you are also the master and the teacher. You're just in a different phase of that mastery. Okay. So as we move into the end of the week, we're looking at a ten of spade, and we're looking at maker nine, root and blossom. And so it's really interesting that this is the maker nine, and that's a 10, right? Because the nine talks about graduation. It talks about endings, transformations, transmutations, things going from one space to a brand new space, right? And this 10 is that new space. It is that first space that you've stepped out of after that kind of like learning space, before you move into those more masterful spaces, right? Um, and so as we're looking at this, there is there's a lot to be gained as we move into the end of the weekend, as we move through the end of the weekend into next week. So expect there to be some materialistic manifestations as well, some physical things that actually come about, as well as some attraction of some actual physical resources that is going to help to take you where you want to go. That's going to help you to plant other seeds so that you can begin to kind of expand, right? We've moved out of the space where, okay, we were planting that one seed so we could get this tree. Now we're planting multiple seeds, and we're waiting for those seeds to come up while we're nurturing the ground, while we're nurturing ourselves, right? Now, when I look at this Maker 9 card, the Root and Blossom, it really is showing the beginning, the end, the middle. It is showing the fullness, right, of that dream, the fullness of the manifestation. So expect for things to come full circle by the time we get to the end of the week. This shifting in this mind, the shifting in this perspective, the ability to let go and be in a giving space, to be in an open space. And to be in a receiving space at the same time. You're giving of yourself, of your energies, because you're not holding them and saying, okay, no, I need to be like this and do like this, and this is this, and I can't, and I'm not. You're giving of your energy in a way that allows it to expand, to be able to receive what it is that you desire. Right. I think sometimes we miss that. Sometimes, we'll work on manifestation spells, or we'll work on manifestation stuff, and we'll be like, I'm open to receive. I'm open to receive. But have you given of your energy, not like actively going on and doing something, but have you actively given of your energy in a way that actually allows for you to have made room to bring things in? Right. Or are you still holding on to things so tightly that you don't actually have the room to receive, right? Because you haven't given, right? So looking at those energies, if you're needing to realign yourself or shift where you are this week, the easiest way to do that is to look at that energy of giving and receiving, right? Because, again, the hidden energy, the hidden flow within this week is that there is so much to be gained financially, value wise, physically, materialistically, even your mind, your emotions, because there is a transformation that's taking place this week that is getting ready to show itself to you in a way that is going to be jaw dropping, right? But how much it expands in your life will depend on how much you're willing to breathe into that release, how much you're able to breathe into the transformations that take place, and really be in a space of trusting and giving while you're receiving. If you can master that space this week, the sky couldn't even explain, you know, where you're going. You have some amazing, amazing, amazing manifestations that are coming. So fully expect for your mind to be blown when you are using these energies in their highest form. Okay. See, I didn't go back to talk about the Maker 5, that Winter's Bite card. With it being with that 9 of Diamonds, it just goes into talking about this transformation some more, and goes into talking about this need to release, right? Because it's promised that a new day is coming, that warmth is coming, that this new season is coming. That's coming, but can you in this moment be able to let go, to release, to surrender, and not lose your value, right? So often we have attached our value to things, or perceptions of that other people have of us, or whatever it is, right? We have attached ourselves to those things. And this week, it's saying if everything was taken from you, and not even that it has to be taken from you, but if you released everything that you were attached to, would you still find yourself valuable, right? would you still find yourself valuable? And if you can still find yourself valuable at the end of the week, when you have transformed and transmuted these energies and these frequencies, then be ready for a beautiful, mind-blowing outcome. Okay. All right, so we're going to go ahead and close out this reading. I pray that you all have received exactly what you were needing this week. I pray that you all are dancing for joy and in celebration by the end of this week. I am wishing you all of the love, all of the peace, and the grace. Like, subscribe, and follow. Make sure that you are tuned in every week so that you can get these messages and more. I know that I started doing different vlogs and stuff, or, talking about doing different vlogs, and I'm going to get into it. It's just, trying to balance out the baby and everything now. So, we shall see what the next video puts up. I've got a few ideas, so just stay tuned and bear with me. We are moving with patience and with spirit. And, we will see this thing come into full bloom. Alrighty. We'll talk again next week. You all enjoy the rest of your week. Bye.